Today we tackle the long-awaited video that you guys have just been begging for, which is Smuggler's Cove Volume 2. We're doing 3 more drinks from Song of Smuggler's Cove, and it just occurred to me last time that if we do 3 drinks only, it's gonna take a long time because there's a lot of drinks in that book. And there's a couple of things that I don't appreciate about the book. I don't know if Martin Kate is aware of who we are. I don't know if he watches the show. I highly doubt it. But I will say this, you know what I don't appreciate about the book? Okay, there's something that I appreciate about the book, but then I don't appreciate something about it, and that's this, right? There is a guide to all the rums, and it breaks down rums depending on like what their characteristics are. So like blended, lightly aged, blended aged, right? Like, so it breaks these rums down and then it has a whole list of rums so you can figure out what to sub with what, which is fantastic. But here's the thing, that guide is on page 185. So you have to flip, anytime you wanna like look what rum to sub with what, you have to flip through the book to find page 185, or you have to like mark it with something so that you can go back there. I don't understand why it's not in the beginning of the book. And the other thing is that the syrups, okay, like there are cocktails on many pages before this. The syrups don't come in until like page 280 or something, right, or 230 or something. So it's like, I don't understand I don't understand why it's sensible to take all of the raw ingredients that you would need, like the rum guide and the syrups that you're using, and put them in the middle of the book. I don't get it. But it's really irritating. I've marked the pages, so it's real easy to flip to, but I just think you should just put that in the front of the book. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's not like you're reading through the book, and then when you finish reading the book, you know everything.
Right, and then there's another mistake that I made, which was when I was like, I don't know, this is like such a very Leandro thing to do, which is when we did the first episode. When we did the first episode, it's hard not to see you giving the side eye to the camera and then not laugh. But when we did the first episode, I didn't look at the table of contents like I should have. And so the first three cocktails that we did last time were on chapter 3, not chapters 1 and 2. Right. And what's great about the Smuggler's Cove book is that and I should have known that because I have read this book like basically cover to cover. So I should have known that those 3 cocktails weren't in the beginning of the book, and I should have just noticed that. But I guess when we're shooting, I don't know, there are some details that go by the wayside when we shoot. So we are starting with the actual first cocktails in the book today.
So yeah, we're doing a prequel.
Yeah, well, what's cool, I guess they didn't turn the sound off on my phone, and I am very popular. What's cool about the book is that it breaks it down by tiki era. So it's like pre-tiki, and then like, you know, the main kind of body of like when tiki was famous and like all of the original drinks, the classic tiki, and then it goes into like modern tiki, you know, which is pretty cool. I like that they break it down like that. And so, you know, the very first ones are gonna be like, you know, Trader Vic drinks and, you know, Don the Beachcomber drinks and stuff. But all of the drinks, which is another thing that I really appreciate about Smuggler's Cove, is that all of the drinks are respect to their standards, so that some of the more problematic drinks that Don the Beachcomber and Trader Vic made have been respec'd into great drinks. So they're not the original specs, they're the Smuggler's Cove specs, and that's why we are all here. I feel like I'm mansplaining to you guys something you already know, so why don't we just stop talking now and get into making the drinks?
Yeah.
All right, first drink. Let's take a look and see what it is. Okay, so the first drink is called the Aku Aku,
We've done this
created by Trader Vic.
Yeah.
And then based on, so this is Trader Vic went to Don the Beachcombers, and one of his favorite drinks there was the Missionary's Downfall. And so he decided that he was going to just make a drink that's a riff on a Missionary's Downfall and just, you know. But, you know, the strength of the Missionary's Downfall is the juxtaposition of pineapple and mint, which is a good flavor pairing. All right, let's do it. This is the only shaken drink that we're doing. Everything else is gonna be made in the trusty old Hamilton Beach drink mixer, because we flash blending everything else in true tiki style. All right, so first thing we're gonna do here is hand flavored pineapple. We're doing like, I don't know, 5 1-ounce pieces, basically. Oh, you know what? Before we do this, let's do this like a professional, shall we? We're gonna put the mint on the bottom because we're gonna muddle this. So we wanna make sure we press the mint, but we don't shred it too much. So we're doing 2.
It's a shake and drink with muddled pineapple chunks. It's interesting.
Yeah, muddled pineapple chunks, yeah. We want to do about 8 leaves, 8 mint leaves here. So, you know, that's about 8. I'm gonna put these
Like,
aside.
why isn't it pineapple juice? Why is it muddled? Is it a dump and shake thing? Yeah, like shake and dump?
No, it's not shake and dump. No. Just strain it out, yeah. Yeah.
Just waste the pineapple.
Is it a waste of pineapple? I don't know if that's a waste of pineapple, is it? Okay, we're doing 5 1-ounce chunks of pineapple. Throw it in here. I mean, I'm gonna double strain it. I don't know. I don't think it's a shake and dump though. I'm pretty sure I read the directions, but we can, you know, if you want, let's just like double check here. Let's go to the Smuggler's Cove book. You guys can see my weird podcasting setup that I have here. Here, move this out of the way so you can get a beautiful shot of beautiful me. So look at this. The syrups is on page 324, bro. Like house-made ingredients. Why is it in the back of the book? Why is it in the front of the book? I don't get it. I don't understand. Aku aku. Muddle the pineapple chunks in the drink. Oh no. Hold on. Oh, this is a flash blend, dude. It's not even a fucking shaken cocktail. We are flash blending. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't get this. So muddle the pineapple chunks in a drink mixer tin and then add the remaining ingredients and 12 ounces of crushed ice and flash blend for 10 seconds, then double strain into a coupe. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't understand how you get enough dilution to fill the glass. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna shake. We're shaking this drink. I mean, like usually when I do stuff out of books and I'm showing you guys like the drink, I would do it the way that they do it in the bar, but that just doesn't make any sense to me at all. I mean, should we just try it?
Sure, yeah. Well,
But you want it's double straining too, dude.
Yeah.
That's so weird. What a weird technique. All right, I guess we're gonna do this. I mean, is this gonna work? Are we gonna is this what we're gonna have at the end? I don't know. We'll see. Is this what we're gonna have? At the
But
end?
it's a tiny cocktail, and it's not like a tiki.
No, it's a shaken. The reason why I thought it was shaken is because it's in a coupe. That much I remember. But they do everything in a flash blender. I just don't understand why. Kind of transport everything in here. Still put all these mints on the bottom, so I'm just gonna do this real quick. Just make sure I'm not like killing it. Maybe it's because then if you shake in this way, you won't shred the mint. You know, because everyone says like, oh, you shred the mint, but it's also, you're still double straining. So if you shred the mint, it doesn't matter really. And the shredding of the mint doesn't really impart that much mint flavor either. So that's why we still muddle. So I don't get it. Okay. Well, we're gonna muddle these here and then we'll do the rest of the drink the way it's supposed to be done. I mean, I guess it's just a really good way to aerate the pineapple and get a froth on top. Maybe. Okay, we need 1 ounce of lime juice. So you found, so funny. I asked you to bring limes last week and this week. Okay. Last week you brought the smallest limes that you could possibly find.
Yes.
Literally the smallest. This week you found the biggest limes you could possibly find. These are freaking might as well be a lemon. It's like you never can find just like a medium-sized lime, can you? It's like one extreme or the other.
Last time they were too small, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna make sure they're not too small today.
And then today they were like
They were huge.
freaking mutant huge.
Yeah, I guess Ralph's had huge ones today.
I think that this will be 1 ounce easily, maybe even out. This could have poured 1.5 ounces off the one lime. So 1 ounce of lime juice. We're looking for a scant 1/2 ounce of Demerara syrup here, which means just under the 1/2 ounce line. And we're using the Smuggler's Cove Demerara syrup. I think that's an important distinction to make because Demerara syrup from Smuggler's Cove actually uses a weird ratio. It's like a 3-to-1 ratio of cane sugar and Demerara sugar together. So, you know, you do like, I mean, the way that I did it was like, so it's like 1 ounce, it's like 1.5 cups of water, 1/2 cup of Demerara sugar, and then 1.5 cups cane sugar. So the thing is, it's mostly cane sugar with a little bit of Demerara, and it's a 2-to-1 ratio, just FYI. So just in case you guys are gonna do it exactly the way that they do it at Smuggler Cove, which is what I'm gonna do, so we can try the actual original drink, even doing this weird flash blend technique. I'm gonna do 1/2 ounce of peach liqueur, creme de pêche, or pêche de vin. Pêche de vin. How do you say that in French? V-I-G-N-E. Pêche de vin. Pêche de vin. Peach from the vine. Vine peach. And then 1.5 ounces of some lightly aged rum. We're using Banks 5 Island because it's magnifique. I actually kissed the bottle. Love it. Okay. Pebble ice. We made a whole bunch out of all of our pebble ice machines. Look at this massive thing of pebble ice. Now let's make a mess, huh? Scoop. a little more. Clean this up a little bit, so we will not be needing this today. Just put that there, grab this out. Let's do it. Ready? Think that's enough? I feel like it's not gonna get like cold enough. Do you think there's enough volume for this glass? It's like 1.5 ounces, half, one. Yeah, I mean, I guess. This is gonna be crazy. So we need this, and I think we need like this guy, maybe? It's got like pineapple and stuff all stuck to the gross.
Yeah,
I don't know how they fucking get around this in the bar, but.
I don't understand the point of the pineapple chunks.
I mean, it's just, I guess, the way that the original was made, maybe? I mean, we got the right result.
It's a decent wash line.
Yeah, it's a decent wash line. Now, we're supposed to garnish with mint. Give it a slappy poo, a crushy. So give it the old tasty poo. Look at this. The mint is dying. I mean, that is goddamn fantastic. It's like a pineapple mint daiquiri, but the pineapple and the mint, which is the star of the show, is pretty amazing. It's got a really fresh pineapple flavor. Now, I think that the reason for using fresh pineapple, because Marius felt like this was a really kind of beside the point sort of technique,
no, that's
is that at the time that this drink was created, people weren't really using a lot of fresh pineapple. So this is a way to use fresh pineapple without having to juice it.
Yeah, but...
You know, just muddle the pineapple. It's like, you know, kind of low commitment. The lime is nice and tart, but also the pineapple, mint, and lime go really well with this particular choice of rum. So if you decide to make this drink at home, consider getting yourself a bottle of Banks 5 Island because it's so good. It's a nice blend of rums from, how many islands do you think?
5.
5 islands, that's right. I mean, it's a very straightforward drink. It's not super complex, but it hits the spot and it's really nice, refreshing. It's kind of bitey. It's like bitey lime, you know, kind of thing. So the Aku Aku. The next cocktail up is called the Pupule. The Pupule. P-U-P-L-E. P-U, is it P-U-P-U? Yeah, it's P-U-P-U, so Pupule. So P-U-P-U-L-E, so Pupule. Pupule?
Yeah, what is that, like French for...
Pupule?
Larva? Pupa?
Pupule? Let's see what it means. Pupule. Pupule is a Hawaiian word that means crazy or insane. Okay, let's pronunciation.
It's probably really hard. Hawaiian is so hard.
Papule is how it's apparently pronounced. The word, oh no, that's papule, but this is is it pu? Yeah, Pupule. Crazy, insane, reckless, wild. Pupule. Pupil?
Yeah, but if it's Hawaiian, it's like a pupu something.
It's a pupule? Pupule?
Pupule.
Pupule. All right, well, if anyone knows, because actually anytime I look up the pronunciation, it says the pronunciation of papule, not pupule, so it's not the same word. So
yeah.
If anyone knows the pronunciation, you know, Martin Kate, Jeff Berry, Drinks by Wild.
Watching?
Any one of you guys? What?
Any Hawaiian?
Oh, Spike. Spike should know. If Spike doesn't know, I'd be very surprised. Spike. Pupil? Or
What is
or Pupule?
How do you spell it? It's
P-U.
Yeah.
P-U-L-E. Pupule.
Yeah. It's.
You think it's Pupule?
Pupule.
Pupule, which means crazy or insane in Hawaii. Okay. Okay. The Pupule?
Pupule.
Okay, the Pupule, okay, I guess we're just making a decision that that's how it's pronounced. The Pupule is a 1930s Don the Beachcomber drink. The one that we're making today is an adapted version of the one that was in Sippin' Safari by Jeff Beachbum-Berry, if does that make sense? Like, I guess Jeff adapted it and then Martin Kate adapted it again for his bar. So it's an adaptation of a 1930s Don the Beachcomber drink. Oh, I gotta get them. Oh my God, so many syrups. This is the thing about these frickin' drinks, brah. Let's get this party started, shall we? I don't know if I need to juice another half of these mutant limes, but I'm going to here because I don't know if we have quite enough in our squeezer here. So we're gonna do into a drink mixer tin 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice. And hey, if you guys, by the way, do not have like a drink mixer, you can actually just shake. Like you can just do like a whip shake and dump for all these drinks. So you don't actually need to have this. I'm just doing this because this is what they do. And
swizzle
this
it
is
too.
their stuff, right? What? You could swizzle it, yeah. Or you could just whip shake it. Whip shake with a little pebble ice and then dump it and then just pack it in pebble ice. These are all pebble ice cocktails, so you know, it's fine. All right, then we're gonna do not that. Then we're gonna actually preserve some of our lime juice here because why throw it out? I'm sure there's a good amount of lime juice in here, so let's just, that's at least 1.5 ounces right there. So and we need some orange juice for this drink. Orange juice, the most problematic of cocktail juices. And we're gonna go 3/4 of an ounce of orange juice as well. And I'm just gonna reiterate that, 3/4 of an ounce of orange juice, so you guys don't have to ask me again. We're going 1/4 of an ounce of vanilla syrup here. So we're gonna be very dainty on our pour here, 1/4 ounce. And then we're gonna do 1/4 ounce of our cinnamon syrup. This is all made to the Smuggler's Cove specs. So 1/4 ounce of cinnamon syrup. So vanilla syrup, cinnamon syrup, we need a little, I didn't switch these guys out at all, which I should have. We're gonna use a little Allspice Dram here. We're gonna do another 1/4 ounce of Allspice Dram. I think I'm gonna do like a scant quarter because this is so powerful.
Are we not doing the recipe?
Huh? No, I am, it's 1/4 ounce, but I'm just like, this is so powerful. I feel like every recipe like kind of overdoes this. So I just did a little tiny weensy 1/8 of a thumbnail less. Okay.
So not the recipe.
Like what? No,
Nothing.
the recipe. I'm doing enough of the recipe, right? And it's like a little smidge less, just a smidge less. We're gonna use Bacardi 8, which I have not used in a long time. But we need some column still aged rum and Bacardi 8. It's damn fine. 2 ounces of Bacardi 8. And then last but definitely not least, and usually I do this first, we're gonna do a dash of Angostura bitters. And we're gonna prep our garnish, which is another thing that I haven't done in a long time. Actually, I have to dig for the piece of equipment because we don't normally use this piece of equipment that much. But we're gonna do a spiral of orange for this drink. And so we need a channel knife. If we even frickin' have one available, for crying out loud. It's been so long since I've used a channel knife for anything. I mean, do we have enough frickin' strainers? Millennium Falcon strainer? Oh, I was looking for this the other day. Found it. We're gonna do a channel knife. You gotta be really careful when you do spirals of things because if you break contact, it breaks the whole spiral. This is going in a Pilsner glass. So we wanna make a really long one.
Break contact and you break the spiral, it just spirals into a total mess of a garnish.
I'm gonna dignify that. Think that's not long enough? I think so. We'll break it there. Just give it the old drink mixer treatment. You know what I didn't do is, they always say like put a couple agitator cubes in there. I didn't put any agitator cubes.
Aren't the little pebbleized agitator cubes?
No, they want like bigger agitator cubes. It's not nearly enough ice though, but it filled up the entire glass. It's not chilled, but we need a bigger volume glass. There we go. And put this in here like so. We're gonna try and sink it in there with our spoon. So we'll get a new spoon, or we'll do it with these.
I'm not a huge fan of this tapeworm style garnish
Well, you just made it sound fucking terrible, so congratulations. This is the garnish. So we're doing this in the style that they do it at Smuggler's Cove. I don't know if this is how they actually do it. I feel like I'm doing a very incompetent job of this right now. Especially because you're supposed to have like the spiral sort of held by the ice, and I don't know. You can tell that I do not do this every single day. I'm doing a terrible job with it. That's fine. What we should do is add in enough ice. Yes, because look at it. You see how like terrible of a job I did? Look. It's like a fucking mess in there. All right, what not to do? How not to do a spiral peel. How the hell do you do this in such a way that you make it look good? Do it after the ice, I guess? So that the ice holds it?
Maybe.
I feel like I'm just gonna compromise the quality of this drink trying to get this garnish correct. I'm trying to spiral it on the inside of the glass like that, but it's just not working out. At the risk of just like completely destroying the drink, let's make a really terrible, look at that. It does look like a tapeworm, you're right.
Yeah,
yeah, it's like not at all what I intended, and it's a terrible, terrible job, so I don't know. Let's just taste the drink and, you know, I guess get on with it, right? Ooh, fantastic drink though. Oh, I really like the combination of, hold on, me. Cinnamon and orange goes together pretty well. I really like the combination of the vanilla and the cinnamon syrup together. It's very cinnamony, but not like over cinnamony. And, you know, I mean, the rum provides the body. You get a little bit of that rum in there, but it's not, you know, I don't know, everything's imbalanced, and I guess it's spicy and tropical in flavor. So there you go. So there it is, the Pupule. Don's Own Grog was created by Don the Beachcomber in 1937. The drink that we are doing today is an adaptation, again, of an adaptation. So you've got the Sippin' Safari Jeff Beachbumberry adaptation, then adapted by Martin Kate, Smuggler's Cove. It's gonna be phenomenal, I can already tell. All right, I already have pre-juiced lime here, so I can just go 3/4 ounce of lime juice, yay! Into our trusty tin here, and then we're gonna do 1/4 ounce Demerara syrup, 1/4 ounce Demerara syrup. Yay. I have to confess, the recipe actually calls for Leopold Brothers. It sounded like I said Leopold. It's Leopold Brothers Blackberry Liqueur, which I'm assuming is a creme de menthe style thing. I couldn't find it, I just couldn't find it anywhere, so we're doing the Barfly, you know, or my favorite one anyway. So 1/2 ounce of creme de menthe.
Which you can make yourself.
And we have a video on it, hooray! We're gonna do Angostura bitters before we forget. So we're doing 1 dash Angostura bitters. Then we're gonna do 1/2 ounce of El Dorado 3-year. 1/2 ounce of Jamaican dark rum. We're doing Caruba. It's one of my favorites. And a full ounce of very aged Jamaican rum here. We're doing Appleton 12, 1 ounce. Sorry, I guess that would be blended aged rum in the book.
Not Jamaica rum specifically?
Blended aged rum. So you don't actually have to use Jamaican, but any single time I have the chance to sub Jamaican into a cocktail, I will, because I love Jamaican rum. It's one of my favorites, but it doesn't have to be Jamaican rum. No, you could do like, you know, a Flor de Caña 12 if you wanted to, or 12 Flor de Caña 15. Or you could do El Dorado, you know, 15 if you wanted.
Do we know what they used?
What?
Do we know what they used?
No. In the book, which is kind of what's great about the Smuggler's Cove book, is that in the book it says blended aged rum with a little number. Then you go to the rum section, you look at the little number, and it shows everything you can make the cocktail with. So they probably use like a little bit of all of it, I would think, so that you can sub. But I've never gone wrong. All of the Smuggler's Cove drinks have been amazing. So I always sub in Jamaican when I can. Right. I really like Demerara rum though too, so. Let's give it the old twist and shout, shall we? Let's grab our lightly, lightly chilled glass here. We're using a Mai Tai glass for this one because it goes into an old-fashioned glass, and we might as well be festive. And then we're just gonna dump it like so. And we're just gonna dump a whole bunch of ice in there, keep it nice and cold. Look at all that beautiful aeration though. I mean, I guess that's why they just use the drink mixer, because it'll freaking aerate anything. So if you get pineapple aeration on everything, taking out a nutmegger right here, and do a little nutmeg garnish on top. I like to go kind of heavy with it. but you do you. All right, let's taste the grog. Oh my God, this is so good. It has this tartness to it that also has an underlying sweetness that is just like a really balanced form of sweet and tart, right? So you've got your lime juice, but there's not a lot of lime juice, but also the creme de mure that I put in there, it's pretty tart on its own. And it has those like wine blackberry notes, kind of bringing in some of those dark flavors and really supporting a lot of those dark flavors in the rum. You have the funk of the, you know, the hogo of the Jamaican rum. Also the Karuba's really like bringing it up. I kind of hit it over the head with Jamaican rum, so I'm not really sure what the Eldorado 3 year is really doing there. You know, I mean, it's like, I think the Eldorado 3 year is being overpowered. I guess it's just kind of there for body. And then you have the, you know, kind of juxtaposition of the Demerara syrup. What sort of dawned on me to say in this video is something that I've never told anybody, I think, in videos before. Some people will ask me like the difference between a 1-to-1 simple syrup and a 2-to-1 simple syrup. And I've noticed that like all of the Smuggler's Cove recipes are 2-to-1 syrups, all of them, almost all of them. Or they're higher than 1-to-1. Now 1-to-1 simple syrup will go bad in 2 weeks. It gets moldy and it will go bad. And so if you're making, if you spec everything on a 1-to-1 simple syrup, then you are going to be replacing your syrup quite often. I'm assuming that they do 2-to-1 syrups because they just don't want to replace their syrups. And 2-to-1 syrup is basically shelf stable. It crystallizes, but you can always just heat it up and melt those crystals, but it's never going to go bad. You're not going to have bacteria growth in a 2-to-1 syrup. What I like about that is that they just spec their drinks for that 2-to-1 syrup. And so 2-to-1 syrup is something like 60 bricks, 1-to-1 syrup is 50 bricks. So it's not even double the sweetness. It's like 67 bricks. So it's like 17% more sweetness than you would get in 1-to-1 simple syrup, but you do have to respec your drinks. What they've done is they've taken their 2-to-1 syrups that are basically shelf stable and will sit in the fridge forever, but then spec'd all their drinks out so that they're 100% balanced using that more robust syrup, and you can do that too. Anders Ericsson is a guy that does a 1.5-to-1, probably because he doesn't want it to be fully 2-to-1, right? But then he gets the benefit of having more sugar and so a longer shelf life, and then he spec'd his drinks on that 1.5-to-1 ratio. So if you guys are thinking about like shelf stability or whatever, you can always just do your syrups the way that you want, and then you respec your drinks to fit that syrup so that they're fully balanced, which I think is a great hack, honestly. I don't do 2-to-1 syrups, but like I don't also store syrups for a long time. If I were in a bar setting, I would probably base my recipes on 2-to-1 syrup just for longevity. And that is why everybody should have a refractometer. Anyway, this drink is fantastic. It's fully balanced, a little bit sweet, it's a little bit tart. You get all of those Jamaican rum notes. You get like the kind of the dark fruit of the creme de mure in there that really supports those Jamaican Jamaican hogo-ness of it all, and it's fantastic. Go make Don's Own Grog.
What are you looking for? The glass? I mean, you went to the kitchen to get something, so maybe it's in there.
Oh, you know what? I don't even know if I introduced this cocktail. So why don't we introduce it? Don's Own Grog. Let's just, you know, obviously a Don the Beachcomber drink. Pupule.